How do I stop procrastinating? How do I stop self-sabotaging? How do I stop indecisiveness? How do I stop addiction? All of these questions, the answer is down to one thing, and that is having a split consciousness. So this is normal in humanity at the moment, and I would say that it's actually coming to a head. So I've decided to do some sessions in partswork, which is an exploration of consciousness. And basically, when these things are happening, we're accelerating and we're braking at the same time. We're not fully on board with the direction that we're choosing. So I'm going to show you how to express both sides of your consciousness. Because you quite often, people in these situations, you quite often hear them say, I feel torn. One part of me wants to go that way, another part of me wants to go that way. If you've got this split intention, you're going nowhere because you can't accelerate and brake at the same time and make progress. So basically, you're on a pendulum swing. I want to go that way. I don't want to go that way. What you have to do is you have to go all in to that part of your consciousness and that part of your consciousness. You have to hear your own voice over there. You have to hear your own voice over there. It's actually very simple. And literally, all of us are stuck. So I've got my friend Dan today, very bravely coming to explore a situation that he's in. And I'm going to show you how it's done. So I hope you enjoy it. My name's Jenny Luscombe, and I'm a facilitator of healing and a very passionate advocate for self-healing. If you're interested in having a session with me to explore this and be guided through the process, then get in touch with me on JennyLuscombeEFT.co.uk. I hope you enjoy it. Hello. So I've got my friend Dan here today, and he's very bravely decided to help me out with showing parts work to the world. So, um, before me and Dan start to engage with that, just a little bit about parts work. So, this is a modality that comes from Gestalt therapy, and it also comes from a therapy called internal family systems. And it's a way of very simply working with opposing parts of your consciousness. So when we have opposing parts of consciousness, which we all do, there's an inability for us to fully express either sides. So this is what keeps us stuck in addiction. It keeps us stuck in indecision. It keeps us stuck in procrastination and self-sabotage. So anywhere where you feel torn, anywhere where a part of you wants to go this way and a part of you wants to go this way. So this is a very simple process. Mechanically, it's a simple process, but actually the depth of it, it can go quite deep and it's not for everyone. But it's something that you can experiment with at home. So it's quite a simple process. It involves you naming both sides of the consciousness. So Dan's going to be working on indecision. So there's a part of him that wants to be told what to do. There's a part of him that wants to decide for himself. So there's a part of him that finds making a decision very difficult. There's a part of him that just wants the decision done. I just want to get the decision over with. So we're going to explore that today. So what happens with split consciousness is you're on this pendulum swing. For example, with addiction, it would be, I want to smoke or I don't want to smoke. I want to drink or I don't want to drink. So both sides of the consciousness are valid. So we're not going to make the bad guy of either side of the consciousness because it comes from a younger version of us, but probably different ages. So they were true at the time of the trauma that is at the root of this. So it might be 10-year-old Jen, it might be 20-year-old Jen that made a decision about something that was happening. Both of those trapped energies, split aspects of ourselves that we suppressed because it was painful. Both of them are valid and they're playing out in our life in different ways, and they just need to be heard. And that's it. So today, Dan is going to, facilitated by me, he's going to show us just the expression of both sides of that so that you can see what that looks like. Okay, I'm going to stop talking now. So, Dan, thank you
Yes,
very much for doing
my pleasure.
this. Right, so let's start by, you've said that this split that you want to explore today is about indecision. So do you want to give us like a little bit of background about that? You don't have to go into massive detail, and then we'll just get on with looking at both of those parts with you.
Uh, yeah, the indecision is around my job. Uh, I'm struggling to, well, I want a new career path, and I'm not sure whether that's the right thing to do. I'm not sure if I'm happy in my work, so I'm looking for a change to make that fix the issue. Yeah, and I swing from like, I absolutely love my job when I'm on form. And then other days I'm like, I'm only saying that because I'm not brave enough to leave it to go look for new employment elsewhere in a different job.
Yeah. I think you've nailed what a lot of people are in at the moment. There's lots of change, loads of change, like loads of relationships are breaking up. Loads of people are rethinking their jobs, their businesses. All sorts of things are going on with our parts of consciousness, and the majority of people on the planet don't really understand why. So at least we understand why, Dan. And thank you so much for like shining some light on that and helping lots of people out there to understand what is actually happening, like in our consciousness. So there's nothing wrong or bad or dysfunctional about this. This is everyone. Like we've all had some level of dysfunction or trauma in our lives, like whether we like to face that or not. That's happening and it has happened. And it's up to us to sort of take a level of responsibility for ourselves to try and figure that out. So let's start by naming your two aspects of consciousness. So some people keep this really simple. Some people just say, okay, I'm going to call it forward and backwards, or I'm going to call it um, stop and go. Or like it can be really simple, or you can just call it, okay, I I don't know what to do, or I just want to know what to do. Like to you, with this energy that you're kind of sitting with, what does it feel like the story is on either side? It's kind of like two stories, isn't it?
Stay and go, I think. So it's
Stay
like
and go.
stay where I am or go and find, something new.
Yeah, it's like that Clash song, isn't it? Should
Yeah.
I stay or should I go? That one.
Yeah.
So, which one would you like to start with? Stay or go?
Stay, I think.
Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do is with Dan, we're going to use tapping, which Dan is familiar with. With parts work itself, you don't have to use tapping, but I use tapping because I strongly believe that it accelerates the process and it helps people to move through the emotion much easier rather than resisting it. And it's something that Dan's used to as well. So we're going to use mainly the point, the thymus point, it's called. That's the tapping point, which is the central point for our whole meridian system. So when we're tapping, it actually enables us to think and it connects our mind to our heart. It connects us to our body, which is where all the sensation is. So Dan, when you're kind of like stuck in this emotion, when you're in this indecision, there's usually a physical sensation that goes with all the emotion of the stuckness, if you see what I mean. Where do you feel that in your body?
tend to feel it in my gut, and I also feel it around my shoulders. They're coming up from the arms and across my chest.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not always in one place, but
Not
like
always in my gut.
that's the whole thing. If you see it like a bubble of energy, it contains all the negative emotion, all the yeah buts, all the stories that are preventing you from being in your truth. So preventing you from like landing, this is me, like this is the decision, this is the truth of me. So that what you're feeling in your body is all the old stories, like all the trauma, all the emotion. That's kind of the ingredients for that. So it's in your gut, shoulders. Sorry, where else did you say?
Uh, oh, that's a difficult one. I can just feel it all over. Really, I can just feel it. Just it's almost like a built up of underlying anger.
Yeah,
I just
yeah. And it might not just be anger. I mean, anger is normally an emotion that's connected to when something doesn't feel fair.
yeah,
Um, and that kind of does make sense, doesn't it? I just want to know what to do. Like, I'm so sick of this thinking, thinking, thinking. It is like a frustration, like an anger.
frustration. Yeah,
Yeah. Frustration is when we're stuck trying, 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 instead of like coming into the heart and like properly sitting with it and getting into a good vibe where kind of decisions make themselves. Frustration is like I just want to know, I just want to know, like you're kind of outside of yourself. So what we're going to do, you can keep your eyes closed if you like, Dan. It's up to you. If you feel safer, you can open your eyes. I recommend keeping your eyes closed because it sort of helps you stay tuned into yourself. So before we start with these two parts, I want you to just visualize these two aspects of you as if they're standing in front of you or sitting in front of you. So you've got stay and you've got go. So just have a look at them in your mind's eye. Do they seem quite different to each other?
yeah, very different.
And is that sort of in the way that they're feeling, or is that in the way that they're appearing to you visually?
Yeah, that the stain's feeling bad, and the the go is feeling like good, like
Okay.
positive.
So the reason that we're looking at the beginning is to try and get some kind of measurement. So we'll check in with them again at the end and see if they appear different to you.
Right.
So the way to do parts work is instead of being stuck on this pendulum swing, skipping from one to the other, we want to go all in to both aspects of consciousness. So what I want you to do is go into the aspect of this stay part of you as if it was the totality of you, as if there wasn't kind of like this other part available. So this stay, this kind of like, there's no other option, but this is it. And we're going to just allow this part of you to express, um, to just kind of like say what he's experiencing, what he's feeling like, what the story is, any emotion that feels like it's there. And there's no right or wrong way to do this. So you might get abstract kind of thoughts. It might go to kind of like a character version of you. Like some people bring superheroes in, some people bring in trolls under the bridge, whatever it is. So just have a deep breath, Dan. And this other aspect of you, he can listen, but he's not going to get involved at this point. So we're just going to stick with this one side. So what does this part of you have to say? And you can say he's feeling this, or you can say I. It doesn't matter, whichever way feels most comfortable.
I'm feeling a bit fearful.
Yeah. What's he afraid of?
Fearful of leaving something that I really know well and that I really wanted to do when I was younger and trained hard for.
Mm.
Familiarity, that's it.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a comfort in familiarity and predictability, but it's kind of like there's an end point to that. It doesn't always feel that way. But does it feel like that familiarity is starting to reach a discomfort for you?
Yeah. It's quite weird though, because I'm also fearful of why would I really want to leave my job? It's well paid. Uh, I enjoy it. It's quite exciting sometimes. So it's like, give me that. You're fearful, but you also like my job, which makes it even harder for that decision.
Mm. Are there any other emotions there?
I don't really seem to feel any.
Is he kind of appearing to you as a certain thing or in a certain way? Like the feeling that you get, so this feeling that you've described that sort of feels like it's all over in your gut, in your chest, in your shoulders. Does this feeling remind you of another time in your life, maybe when you were trying to decide or trying to choose?
Yeah, it does.
What
Sort
part?
of the decision to leave the military. You know, I
The
love my
exact,
job.
is it the exact same feeling?
Yes, I would say so. Yeah,
Yeah, and that's the key for everybody to realize is the feeling is kind of connecting you to the archive in your body. Your subconscious mind is actually in your body. So Dan's tuned into another time in his life where he was finding it hard to choose. So there was fear there as well.
a lot of fear, a lot of fear, a lot of fear.
Mm. Mm. Yeah. Does it feel like there was any other time earlier in your life that that physical sensation takes you to when maybe you were trying to choose or
Yeah,
decide?
when I was choosing my career from school.
Yeah, okay. So it's always a good idea to get back as early as you can if a memory comes. And it doesn't always, and it isn't always necessary. Sometimes just working with the physical sensation is enough for you to start moving the energy and witnessing and acknowledging the energy, which is basically what we need to do in order to align these parts. So when you look at this part of you, this memory of you at school, what's he saying to himself inside his head?
That's quite a difficult one because I always knew from a young age that I wanted to join the military, and I was so looking forward to it.
Mm,
But there was still a real, I don't think I knew it was fear then. I do now. I was fearful because I was leaving my house, leaving my parents, leaving my brothers, leaving everything I knew to go off and do this new job. Uh,
Mm.
yeah, and I didn't know what to really expect.
Yeah. Yeah. So this, you've got kind of like three places. You've got the current circumstances, thinking about leaving your job.
Yeah,
You've got considering leaving the military, and then going all the way back to choosing your career in the first place. So this is like a chain of energy. So what I want you to do while you're tapping is focus on that energy in your body itself. So you've got all these memories that are kind of linked. So I want you to imagine that your eyes are inside your body and that you're looking at that frequency. So you're looking at the tension and tightness of this in your body. Is there any part of your body where that feels more intense?
I would say just all underneath my rib cage, just across
Mm.
my chest, but low down.
And how do you know it's there? So what's drawing your attention? Like how would you describe that feeling? There might be colors, there might be visuals that go with that, or a texture.
That's really funny because I'm getting some not traces, but I'm seeing a lot of yellows and oranges.
Mm. Yeah, that's interesting because I think that
Oh,
the colors
pink,
that you
pink,
yeah, I think the
yellow.
colors that you see are sometimes closely connected to the chakra system. So the yellow and the orange is about personal power and community and kind of like connection to yourself, as well as community and also creativity. Like, how do I create? How am I going to live? How am I choosing to be? So that makes sense that you're moving energy in quite a significant way just by being present with your body. So it's so beautiful and synchronistic that this is what you're working on because so many people are working on indecision themselves at the moment. So, what I'm going to ask you to do is just be really present with that feeling under your rib cage. Let it be there as it is. This is not about fixing or changing. We don't want to fix or change you. We just want to be present with what's there. So, asking what is here is a really good question. So as you put your focus and attention on that and you're receiving information from your body, from your emotion. This is how the fear of uncertainty looks in your body. And the way to kind of pull the plug out of that or to reduce that fear to more of a kind of like acceptance that sometimes unpredictability and uncertainty is the right way, is to just be present with it and to allow it because we spend all our lives trying to move away from negative feelings, negative emotion, but it's always information. The sensations in our body, the gut feelings, the emotion, it's always got information for us. But if we deny it or move away from it or pretend it isn't there, we never move forward and we often make bad decisions. So this is going to help Dan make a decision that is in alignment with his truth because he's facing what's here. He's facing what's there in his body. So as you're looking at it now, does it still feel like there's yellows and oranges, or has that kind of moved? It might change as you look at it.
Yeah, there's definitely still quite a lot of pinky orange and yellow.
Hmm. And does it still feel kind of like a tension that you can feel?
Now I feel a little bit a little bit less. Yeah, the feeling's gone, so I'm not feeling stressed.
Hmm. So it feels like there's been some sort of lightness there.
Yeah,
That's brilliant. Yeah, so this is interesting. So for Dan, like this session so far has led him to focus more on the physical sensation than actually needing to express anything out loud, which is perfect. You know, it's always perfect. Sometimes there's a lot of words, there's a lot of thinking, there's a need to speak. But Dan's used to working on himself, so he's probably expressed a lot of this already. And going to the sensation in the body is a way of doing a really tidy job. So just take your thoughts back to these three times where you've been struggling to choose, wondering if it's the right way. Just take yourself back into that, like the anxiety of that, the fear of that. Does that bring back any physical sensation of uncertainty in your body?
this feels really strange. I really just feel that more feel more confident to make decisions and not doesn't feel like I'm not going to be worried about making decisions in the future or procrastinating over a little bit. But it just really does feel that there's not not a lot to worry about because
Mm.
whatever happens just always pans out normally or for the better.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so there's more of a relaxation.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, so just think again about this stay, this aspect of your consciousness while you've been wrangling with this whole thing. This part of you wants you to stay where it's safe. Does it feel like this part of you has anything else to say or anything else to do?
It's almost the staying part of me is telling me that I shouldn't stay. It's saying that I could be free to move forward.
Hmm, hmm. Yeah, you could be free. And when you think about that younger aspect of you that was considering going into the military in the first place, can you still feel the energy of the younger part of you that was afraid to leave? What if I'm getting it wrong? What if I'm going the wrong way? Does it feel that there's still an intense part of you in that younger Dan?
I really, I really don't want to say that I don't feel any of that vibe anymore. You say if I go
Yeah,
back into that younger Dan, it's like it isn't there.
yeah,
So that,
yeah. So sometimes that will happen, that something that you remember quite strongly, it's like you can't quite fully get back into it. It's like your mind hasn't doesn't have any reason to hold on to that anymore if you've acknowledged that energy. So if you go back to the Dan that was considering leaving the military, Does it feel like there's any energy left in that Dan that was kind of like, oh, it's familiar here and I've got my colleagues and we know each other and we know what happens and like this familiarity and comfort of it? Does it feel like there's still a part of you back there that wants to stay?
No, it's not. No,
Okay, interesting.
a bit of me's like this. This sounds a bit too far-fetched. I've not got any of the stress
Yeah.
around it, but I haven't. It's like,
Okay. So the sensation of this that you've been looking at, so it was under your ribs,
yeah, right
underneath,
underneath the ribs.
low down, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So try to get that feeling back. It sounds a bit of a crazy thing to ask, but that feeling, the tension of, maybe I need to stay because it's safe. Like, can you get that feeling back?
right. So I've got it back, but it isn't as intense as what it was.
Mm, yeah. So if you just imagine going into that feeling again with your consciousness, imagine taking your consciousness into that feeling. Imagine your eyes are in there. This is kind of like merging with curiosity. So
Yeah,
being curious, why is that feeling here? What's my body trying to say? And you might not pick up anything from this. There isn't a right or a wrong way. Like if you're really present with that and you're really in it up close, does it feel like there's a message in there, like an emotion or a story or a vibe?
not really, Jen. No,
Yeah, yeah. So sometimes it takes a while for the energy to move. So emotion is energy. It's kind of like an electrical current in the body. So anger is an energy, fear is an energy, betrayal, rejection, sadness. They're all energies, but they're kind of a different frequency in the body. Sometimes it takes a few days for them to fully move. But when you do this kind of work, and you bring your attention to your emotion and your situations, you're engaging with the natural intelligence of your body, which is your subconscious mind. So it's just like learning to drive a car. When you first learn to drive, it's confusing. You've got to check the mirror, you've got to change gear, you've got to check your blind spot, you've got to do all this stuff. And it feels really uncomfortable and you don't know what to do first. And it's hard to do all those things together. And then, like a couple of years later, it just comes naturally to you and your subconscious mind takes over. So your body will just take over, Dan. So you've done this focused attention on this side of your consciousness. Now your body knows you're looking at it, you're bringing it to the surface. You want to move on. You want to move this anxiety and this fear. So the natural intelligence of your body basically knows what to do. So anything that's still left, you will receive information about that, without even trying. So just start tapping on the side of your hand. We're just going to tap out what came out of that side of consciousness, like very quickly. So just repeat after me. Even though there's a part of me that wants to stay,
even though there's a part of me that wants to stay,
and he's feeling bad,
and he's feeling bad.
these other parts of me were feeling bad back then.
These other parts of me are feeling bad back then.
That's okay.
That's okay.
And I'm seeing them,
And I'm seeing them,
and I'm hearing them.
and I'm hearing them.
And maybe there were consequences.
Maybe there were consequences.
Maybe there were consequences for these decisions.
Maybe there was consequences for these decisions,
And that's okay.
and that's okay.
It's all learning.
It's all learning.
On your eyebrow point, all this fear of leaving something familiar,
All these fear of leaving something familiar.
that's okay.
That's okay.
It's just energy,
It's just energy.
and I'm choosing to be with myself,
And I'm choosing to be with myself,
whatever I feel.
whatever I feel.
And then on the side of your eye, all these reasons to stay.
All these reasons to stay.
It makes sense.
It makes sense.
The money,
Money,
the colleagues,
colleagues,
the excitement
excitement.
doesn't have to be forever.
Doesn't have to be fair.
Sometimes change is the right thing,
Sometimes change is the right thing.
but change is scary.
Change is scary.
Under your eye, it's okay to be scared.
Okay to be scared.
It's okay to feel fear.
It's okay to feel fear.
Under your nose, I can be afraid,
I can be afraid.
and it's a temporary experience.
And it's a temporary experience.
Under your mouth, I'm choosing to be with myself while I feel fear.
I'm choosing to be with myself while I feel fear.
On your collarbone, feeling afraid is normal.
Feeling afraid is normal.
It's better to feel afraid than to bury it.
It's better to feel afraid than to bury it.
Under your arm, it's all good.
It's all good.
I'm choosing to be with myself, whatever I feel.
Choosing to be with myself whatever I feel.
I feel more confident about making decisions now.
I feel more confident about making decisions now.
So just tap on top of your head and have a deep breath. And then just go back to the thymus point again. And then just open your eyes. That was really interesting because he didn't need to say much at all, and you do normally. So the sensation is key, and I think that's what's coming through today for people to know. So let's go to the other side and see what's going on over there. How are you feeling, Dan?
Yeah, I'm feeling quite good. I'm feeling like, wow, I've just discovered how I can make other decisions, just use this as a template.
Yeah,
Just really, really excited, yeah.
it's and it's
Yeah,
not hard. It's not hard. I mean, the difficult thing about it is facing the difficult emotion, because
yeah,
sometimes the emotion itself scares people. So you can get into a situation where you're afraid of the fear or
yeah,
you're ashamed of the shame. Do you see
yeah,
what I mean? But to know that all of this emotion is a temporary experience and that we've all made our emotions permanent in our body by not looking at them, that's the thing that scares people when they finally realize, oh, it's temporary. I could have just focused on it and moved forward. So let's go to the other side. So let's thank this version of you, Stay. Let's thank him for this information. And it's been very illuminating, actually.
mm,
So he can go and chill out, and then we'll have a word with this other part of you. So, this part of you that is go.
yeah.
So, again, if it helps you to tune in, close your eyes. So, he might want to talk, he might want to just be in the feeling in his body. So, just tune into that, Dan, and go into this part as if this was the totality of you, as if that stay version wasn't there at all. What does this part of your consciousness have to express?
Sort of getting excitement,
Yeah.
like exhilarate, old feelings of just like leaving relationships I shouldn't have been in, leaving jobs that were crap. I'm getting that like excitement of, yeah, just ditching that and starting anew, starting afresh, which is quite an old thing for me. Oh,
Mm.
Yeah, I love just cutting things off and moving, just bringing back all that.
Mm. Yeah, so it's triggering
Yeah, triggering. I'm like,
triggering
yeah,
the upside of that starting from scratch. Yeah.
yeah.
Has he got anything to say? And he doesn't have to.
No,
Where's the excitement in your body? Where do you feel that?
in my belly, but sort of all over, Jen.
Hmm. And how do you know it's there? What's that like? So where it was kind of like a tension, kind of like a tightness, you could see colors. Um, what is this excitement? What's the texture of that? How would you describe it?
It's almost like I can feel the release I'm going to get once I do it. It's like,
So it's kind of like anticipation, isn't it?
yeah, I'm struggling hard to focus on that because I'm so like in that mindset of I'm moving, you know?
Yeah,
And that in itself has made me feel good.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, you seem to be having a bit of a revelation, kind of like you're accessing a way to be freer. Yeah. Okay, so does it feel like there's anything else to say or to do on this side?
No, I don't think there is.
It feels like
I,
you've
don't, I
been catapulted into this side by the other side.
feel just like on a right even keel.
Yeah. So just tap on the side of your hand and just repeat after me. I've got this excitement
I've got this excitement
and I'm seeing all these memories,
and I'm seeing all these memories,
all those times I started again,
all these times I started again,
that feeling,
that feeling,
that exact same feeling,
that exact same feeling,
triggering the upside of it
triggering the upside of it
in my belly,
in my belly.
on your eyebrow point. I can feel the release,
I can feel the release,
the one that I'm going to get once I do it.
the one that I'm going to get once I do it.
Side of your eye. I'm already moving.
I'm already moving.
It's making me feel good.
It's making me feel good.
Under your eye. It feels like a right, even keel.
It feels like a right even keel.
It feels like excitement in my body.
It feels like excitement in my body.
Under your nose. This part of me wants to go.
This part of me wants to go,
Under your mouth. And it feels like me,
and it feels like me,
the truth of me.
the truth of me.
On your collarbone. It feels like I'm choosing.
Feels like I'm choosing.
Under your arm. It feels like it's easy to choose.
Feels like it's easy to choose,
And it was hard to choose before.
and it was hard to choose before.
It feels easier to choose.
It was easier to choose.
I feel more confident.
Feel more confident.
I feel less afraid.
Feel less afraid.
I feel more myself.
I feel more myself.
So just tap on top of your head. Have a deep breath. And then just go back to the thymus point on your chest again. And then when you're ready, open your eyes. So that was interesting. How did that feel?
Feels good. Feel like, I don't know. I feel excitement because there's so many other stuff like that. There's some that are a bit more thought provoking than that what we did there, and it's made me like, do you know what? I'm going to do this for that,
Yeah,
and it sort of made that less scary.
yeah, yeah. Well, like any amount of focus and attention that people put onto the issue that they're facing in a somatic way at the body level,
Mm.
it's dramatic. Like I can't emphasize it enough. It's the way, it's the
Yeah,
answer is to go into the body and just ask your body, what is going on here? Show
yeah,
me like what's going on. And it will, just by being in the sensation, instead of resisting it, wishing it would go away, go towards it, it will bring memories. It will bring times where it went well, times where it didn't go well. It will bring information. It will bring you information about yourself. It basically brings you into your heart, which is your truth. So when you do tapping, when you do consciousness work, it engages your body, your mind, and your heart. It's like the golden trilogy. Like if you can get those things going and focus on your issue, it literally transports you and catapults you through time and space. So just do this before we finish, Dan. Just get into your mind's eye again, like these two parts of you that we started with. So you had stay and you had go, and you
yeah.
remember how they look.
Yes.
So have a look at them now. How do they look now compared to how they looked then? Because this is like a subjective form of measurement.
It's weird. I feel that the stay is still, I could still feel the presence, but the go isn't. And it's like, yeah, it feels like there's absolute no friction or no, I don't know, banging of heads.
Okay, yeah. What did you say before? I couldn't hear what you said properly. Like stay, you said something there. What did you say?
So I said it was like there was no friction and no banging of heads. It was like there's
Yeah,
a nothingness.
yeah, yeah. Like a nothingness. Yeah, that's sometimes how people experience it. Like where there was like a kind of resistance, like it was sometimes people see it as brightly colored or painful or
Yeah.
I don't want to look at that thing. Um, Sometimes it's kind of like trying to catch smoke, like it's just gone. It's like, where did it go? So these two parts of you, does it seem to you like they are aware of each other?
I think they are, yeah.
How do they feel about each other? So how does stay feel about go?
I was going to say neutral.
Yeah,
And when I say I can still feel state, it's not in a bad way. It's like I've acknowledged that that's what that is, and I know what the other side is.
yeah,
And that is just like that's freedom on that side, and that's just part of me on that side,
yeah.
which
So there's
I've always
no,
got. Yeah.
so it doesn't feel like there's any kind of like one of them's feeling angry with the other,
Yeah.
or
Yeah. If I'm,
one of them's judging the other, or anything like that. There's none of that going on.
it almost feels a bit surreal that I haven't got that. Yeah, that they're not bickering anymore.
Yeah, okay, they're not bickering, so that's good.
I wouldn't normally use the word bickering, by the way. Arguing or chastising each other.
That neutrality is really good. So like that's a sign that your parts are coming into alignment. Like that stay version might not even need to exist anymore. But
Yeah.
it might need to. Like this is a like parts work is something that you can just keep coming back to. And then each time you come back to it, working on the same parts, those parts are going to change every single time you do this process. So they're basically getting closer and closer together. So if I asked you to get them to greet each other or to shake hands or to have a hug, like, is there any resistance there? And there might
Like,
be. It doesn't matter if there is, like, there might be, there might not.
swear, I promise you, before you even said that, it's like there's no hassle. It's like they've
Yeah.
become friends. It's like, well, they've tuned into each other.
Hmm.
There's not that, that feeling when you're tense and you're a little bit stressed and awkward. There's
Yeah,
none of that. Like they've
yeah.
become friends.
Does it feel like they understand each other?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the key. Like when there's understanding between those parts, you know that alignment is starting to occur, or it's in that process, or it's already happened. So often when people do parts where one of their parts will be like this, and not wanting to talk to the other one, or sometimes they're not even aware of each other because the split is quite strong, depending on what's happened, where it's come from. So the key, if there's still resistance with the parts to each other, then you just keep coming back to parts work and doing it more and more, and then you surface more and more emotion, more and more memory, and then eventually those parts start to align. So you didn't make either side the bad guy. You just accepted this and you accepted that. It's just life. It just is. You've made decisions before and things have gone well, things have not gone well. Like you've got through it. It's life. You just move forward. Um, yeah, that's brilliant, Dan. So,
I feel I could really just bring them. I like imagining one's there, one's there. And I could just like bring them in closer. They're
yeah,
not like they're not opposites
yeah,
how they were before we started.
yeah. Okay, brilliant. That's brilliant. So, does it feel like they can shake hands?
Yeah, yeah. I feel really calm.
Yeah,
Which
that's good.
yeah.
Yeah, well done. Thank you so much.
No, thank you, Jenny.
Yeah. That that's so brilliant because like you never quite know how this exercise is going to go. Like often there's a lot of talking, there's a lot of crying,
Mm.
when you're tapping it can bring negative emotion up to the surface and then
Right.
any feeling, any crying, any kind of like difficulty that comes up, the key is to just allow it to be there on that side, allow it to be there on that side. The more you express, the kind of closer your parts get, you know. But like the way that this session, you were kind of just led into your body, into the sensation, sometimes that's the most powerful way to go. Sometimes the words and the stories are not the way. Sometimes they are, sometimes they're not, but the physical sensation is like where it's stored. So the witnessing and the observation of the sensation in the body is what gets it to move. And it doesn't make sense to our rational mind at all. It seems too simple. And to think that people sit in indecision, addiction, procrastination, self-sabotage for years,
Yeah.
lifetimes even, and it's just that not understanding ourselves that causes it. We're sitting there going, why am I procrastinating? Why am I self-sabotaging? Not understanding. But there, once you go into the parts, you realize it's about your parts understanding each other. It's
Yeah.
about getting understanding at the somatic level and at the historic level. What went on for me that has caused this situation? That's basically what we've been doing. And then every time a person does parts work, it looks different each time. And then
Mm.
from person to person, it looks different each time. This is why I want to do parts work with lots of people. So people out there realize they can do this themselves. You can just sit in your house, you can video yourself expressing your parts. The artists out there, paint your parts, like dance your parts. cry it out, like do whatever form of self-expression suits you personally. This is how to get into these aspects of consciousness. But yeah, thank you, Dan, for showing us that the sensation is the key. It's the strongest way in. But sometimes people have kind of like a numbness to getting into their body. It's like they can't feel anything. But because you're a person, you're a self-healer, you're a person that's been working on themselves for a long time, you haven't got that numbness. You might have had it at one time or another, but you don't
Yeah,
have it now, so that enabled you to do like a really tidy job.
yeah. I tell you what was nice, tapping. I've not tapped for ages, over a year, and it's yeah that with the talking and yeah,
Yeah, the tapping, it's not necessary with parts work, but for me, it accelerates the process. And I can't speak for anybody else out there, but it reduces the cortisol in the body. So when you're in an emotion, it helps you to kind of bring down the intensity of that, not to avoid it, but to actually process it. And then it enables you to move straight through it with less intensity in a way. Like
mm,
and it's just a natural way of communicating with your body, like it informing your body that you're working on yourself and getting a conversation going. Like the
yeah,
sensation is your body's voice, the emotions are your body's voice. It's always like trying to transmit to you the information that you need to solve your problem. Like our bodies are always calling, 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 calling. We're just not listening most of the time, and that's just how it is. That's how we are, humans. All right. Well, thank you so much. I think I'll stop the recording now,
yeah,
but that was awesome. Well done.
thanks.
Thank you for being brave.
Thanks. Have you, is that stopped?
No, not yet. Do you
Not
want me
yet.
to?
All right. No, no, no. Sorry. No, I was just yeah, I can't wait to go and do a bit of parts work on myself. Yeah,
Well, I'm glad that you've been inspired. Like, that's the idea of this, inspiring people to
yeah,
just get on with it and do it yourself. It really is that simple.
yeah. And you remember when I was saying I feel a bit stuck, and
Mm,
it's like I know there's probably something I need to work on, but I don't know what, and
mm,
that's making me stuck.
yeah,
I so had some little bits of information coming to me while we were doing this on things
yeah,
that I need to go and have a look at.
yeah, yeah.
It's like helped me open up. Doing this one thing has helped me open up to other stuff.
Yes, it's always connected. So what I would do if I were you, right, you've got a sense there's something I'm missing, there's something else I need to do. So you've got that sense, you've had that feeling for a while.
Yeah, yeah,
Sit with that feeling. So keep it really simple. Get yourself a pen and a notebook. Take yourself to a quiet place. Tap on your thymus point. Like this is the indigenous populations around the world call this the point of the shaman. So
right.
this is kind of like a way of having a shamanic journey. This is a way of communicating with your consciousness. So just get a notebook and pen, sit and tap, and then ask yourself, how do I know that I've got this sense that there's something I'm not getting, that there's something I need to know? Because that's your subconscious mind talking to you, that feeling,
Yeah,
there's something I need to do, there's something I need to know. Sit with it and you will know. It will just come because you've invited it. You've
yeah,
invited it in. So just sit with it, tap, give yourself the space to do that. And then don't go into sort of like, I'm trying to get to it. I'm trying to get to it. Just sit, tap, and then allow it to kind of like rise from the depths like a bubble.
mm,
Just say to your body, what's the thing? What's the thing that my body's trying to tell me? And then sit and wait for the answer. So, like, what we need to do, humanity, we need to get away from kind of looking like searching, searching, seeking, seeking. We need to stop doing that. We need to actually be receiving, like, just sit, go into your heart, ask the question, and then wait for the answer to come. So yeah, let me know. I'd be intrigued to see if that worked for you.
without a doubt, it has. I can feel it's worked already.
I
It's like
can see. I can feel your cogs turning. Yeah.
I've had that big, like in the background stressor of what shall I do about it, and now it's not even there.
Hmm.
So whatever I do, if I stay or if I go, it's like it's not really a big massive thing,
Yeah.
you
Well,
know.
you look different. Like your face looks different. Like I really notice this when people do parts where it brings kind of like a lightness, like a different kind of sometimes people's voice changes even like a
Okay.
something's come up and it's been released and it's like when your fear that you kind of being like, oh, I don't know if it's okay because I've got this fear, and then you're afraid of the fear itself. Like when you let the fear be there, which is what we just did, we were like, yeah, there's the fear, and it's all good.
Mm,
When you let it be there, the fear almost just goes, oh, right. So I'll just express, and now I don't need to. And then the body just goes, oh, they
mm,
saw the fear. They knew it was there. Now I don't need to create that. I don't need to create that. So you've changed that energy into something else. Like you can literally, with parts work and with tapping, you can literally change terror into peace. And it's all just energy. It's just energy. Amazing.
I found my new thing. I've always got to have something that I'm thinking about with. I think the parts work is going to be my thing.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Brilliant. Thanks, Dan.
No, my pleasure.
Yeah. Bless you. Thanks everybody for watching. Thanks everybody for watching. And if anybody would like any further information about parts work or about self-healing, then feel free to get in touch with me at JennyLuscombeEFT.co.uk. All of that is underneath the video. And if you like what you've seen today, please feel free to share that with somebody else that you think it can help. And it would really help me if you would like and share and subscribe to my channel. Thanks, everybody. See you again. Bye.